Record.
Oh, I missed my what's up.
Okay, here we go. Share. And do I have anything to say before we start this? I don't think so.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, I meant like to Vivian as like a
Oh.
a setup or anything like watch out for this or yeah, I think we could just play. Okay.
Anyone? No, or I mean, no one's home. We need to fix this place up if we're going to stay here. What are you talking about? Listen, we're not a priority right now, so we have some time. But it's not going to last. Alexander will come for us eventually. Not if we get to him first. You can't be serious. He thinks he's beaten us. He has. He won't be expecting it. This is our chance to make him pay for all of them. No. No? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. We have to go now. Alexander White's not stupid. He's not weak. You go out there right now and you're handing yourself to him on a silver platter. Getting yourself killed is not going to get us justice. You need a plan. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So even in here, like there's stuff that I'm like still figuring out how to like cut into.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of where it starts to go back to masters. And like, you know, I was figuring out where I wanted to come in or if I wanted to come in on this. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Okay.
I guess, so I did like an inner, and it's, you know, pretty much as it is in the script. There's, I think I linger, like there's a little bit of extra handles on like these reactions for Casey.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like
Yeah.
that works.
Okay. Because I mean, I figured I'd leave it long for now, and then if we like want to tighten it, we can tighten it later. And then I did kind of this inner cutty thing here that's not in the script. You know, where, but I'm so glad that like, Casey hitting the door will not go to waste.
Yeah, right. You heard it, so it counts.
Totally.
Yeah.
You see their reaction to they'll be like, so right there. So it's very good. But yeah, so you know, I cut between them.
Yeah, no, that works better, I think, anyway, than just having it be like one long thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how to like. I suppose you just like intercutting between these two actions is what you put in the script.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, or if maybe you don't even need to, it's just something that like an editor would do. Yeah, because I think it kind of like extends the action, keeps it interesting.
Yeah. And like the idea is that they're doing it at the same time. So like one person's just standing there for like a billion years. So the other person's like, let me have my reaction.
Totally.
But
yeah, and you know, it's funny, like you see how they're both like taking their moment to like let go. And like, you know, in different ways. So it also shows kind of like a little bit of a separation between them two as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Glad you like that. I wasn't sure about like I included this cut up. I actually put this in before I put in like the door punch and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, this is kind of, I don't know, for some reason, sometimes I don't work linearly. And I was like, oh, like this is a good like cut in to show like they've been through something, but like
Mm-hmm.
that earlier. So, but I don't know. I also, I don't know. I could take it or leave it, whatever. One thing, so just a couple like directing things that I guess I wanted to say when I was cutting it, where I was like, oh, like this shot, this was actually like, there's a lot of other grabbing, but like this is the only item that they grab like in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one thing where I was like, oh, we really only have like one short choice for this. Luckily it worked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, because, you know, like if the thing that they reach for is like, well, you can't see my hand. I don't know if you can see my cursor.
Mm-hmm.
But like up here, like, because they reach down here out of frame and then they reach up here out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you know, so just that was a small thing, like just directing wise. There was something else. Here, for some reason, you cut, which I was like, oh, I don't know why you did that.
So it's not gonna get us justice. You need a plan.
So that, like, there's a little bit where the audio drops out, and that's where you're like,
Huh. I don't know why the audio drops out there.
oh, it's because I took it out because, like, it's just you saying cut.
Oh.
So, yeah. So,
I think it's because we weren't supposed to quite go that far on that take.
oh, okay.
And I was waiting for them to finish a line because sometimes they go so quickly through them, I can't be like I'll let you get to the end of your thing because you're already in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I meant to cut you back there.
And then,
Oh, I see what you were saying, Kristen. I think about the Coke thing being there, then not being there.
oh,
So funny.
well, it just sucks that it's in a shot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's whatever, but I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. And then, like, some of the time they're standing in front of it. So that
Yeah.
might be a reason to use this shot to open. Like, we could do this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone? No, or
But,
Yeah.
I like the shot of the window.
yeah, I mean, nobody will notice. It's like,
I mean, no, it's not. I just think it's funny because like we shot it, so like an inside joke.
I don't think it appears anywhere else, actually. So that's cool. So yeah, I guess anything else with that?
I don't think I have any comments right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, looks good. Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's
Real movie.
yeah, like I think we kind of know that like this section and also I had wanted to kind of get through this like Jesus Christ like up through here because I don't know what exactly we have to like cover it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay. I wanted to kind of like get through that and see like if there's any missing bits. Yeah, and we know that this is gonna be a challenge.
Yeah,
Wow. Some real
that
slapping.
fight sure is something we filmed.
I have sort of like, oh, maybe I'll leave that for the last. Just get through this end part and then back to this because
Mm-hmm.
that'll probably be the most challenging. So I could feel like, oh, it's finished already. And like this is a good last shot. Yeah, but yeah, I feel good about where it's going. So, and then as far as like process stuff, so Mango Master,
Mm-hmm.
just bad take. Put like cerulean is like stuff that's in the cut, like so it's kind of like best takes. So I
Mm-hmm.
went that way. So that's kind of what happened with that. Other than that, Yes. I don't know. I can start. I can just kind of keep going. Let's see what we can do with the rest of this thing. I should have roughed the end in a little bit more so we can like trim. But I don't know. I just like to have everything like, even though I just said I worked on linearly sometimes I'm like, ugh. I like to make it like neat along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Where are we at? Assembly. I mean, this should be easy-ish to fill in. I definitely wanted to leave this shot in because I was like, oh, look how beautiful.
Look, Angel, she's so
Mhm.
pretty.
Good shot.
No. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't think these two are going to work together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you'd have to choose between one or the other. Oh, put this back. Like, why is this annoying all of a sudden?
Huh?
Oh, I'm going to change the configuration back to the other way because the screen is too big. It's like annoying. Cool. And then, so for next week, Vivian, I guess we'll look at like just doing the formatting. Oh, have you had that chance to work on your
No, I was planning on it, and then I did not do that.
Okay. Well, you have until. Wait, can you come on Monday?
Yeah, I can come this Monday.
Okay. So, Amy will just go through like formattings part of everything.
Mhm.
Just like kind of make sure that everything is, you know, standard that way. And then for Zen, I don't know if you were here when we were going, when we were kind of talking about this competition that Vivian is kind of like preparing for.
No, I don't think I was.
She found like a script writing competition, like a 5-minute 5-minute fiction, like Disney competition, where basically like
Ooh.
yeah, if you have script, 5-minute script.
It's a whole list of things.
Yeah,
I think Kristen sent out an email.
Yeah, I
maybe.
saw that email. I looked it over. I didn't see. I don't know if I looked deeply enough, but I didn't see anything that I was feeling like I could take on right now personally.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think, yeah, you weren't necessarily one of the people that I was like, oh, I know you have something already written.
Yeah, because I'm not like necessarily a writer just yet.
Yeah, like at least not like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm taking my time. I'm growing my skills.
I mean, I'm only doing it because I already had something that I wrote ages
Yeah,
ago. So
I mean, I look at it as like, I don't know how difficult it is for the people who do it now, but I look at it as I'm a good writer overall, but I've never written a script, so I just look at it as like something I'd have to practice doing first.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody that I knew that had a short script that was like in a decent place, I was like, oh yeah, you should do this. But
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys are perfect. You
um,
and Destiny and
yeah,
yeah.
Vivian and Destiny. But what was I thinking? So yeah, we were working on Vivian's. I don't know if you remember, it's like the one where the two women get stuck in the elevator on New Year's. So
Oh,
we've been kind of working on that one, and then Amy's gonna do a class on Monday and do like a pass for like making it into standardized format. script format. So, and then-
So Monday, that's Monday's class, Zoom?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
and then, oh, and then, do you have a updated resume, Vivian?
What kind of resume?
Just whatever one you're planning to like send with.
Oh yeah, I should update mine. I think I have a media resume somewhere.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
you don't have to send it up to us to review, but you know.
yeah, no, I probably will. Like I just haven't done a lot. Like, look at me, still in film school, 6 years later. And I haven't worked on like a ton of projects, but I think I can put this one. And I think I had to do something for Chapman or for Point Scholarship. So I'll take a look and pass that over or something.
Okay. Cool. And then, yeah, I'll probably still be working on this Wednesday. So depending on how much extra time I have besides editing, I'll try to make a more formal edit, like beginning edit type lesson plan to just at least go over some of that stuff. But I mean, if it's you two, then I mean, your kind of like basic skills are pretty good at this point. I feel like that. And then Vivian doesn't necessarily have that much interest in editing.
I don't blame her.
And you have I mean, and your basic skills are pretty good too.
Yeah. Yay.
All right, okay. So all that said, let's do this.
The next section is not gonna get us back.
See if my computer can keep up with this.
No. No. How do you even know? What's wrong with you?
Oh no, it's
He's a
mad now.
monster.
Okay, so like right now I'm like looking at like where I can match on the action and like what I can still like, because like I couldn't use that with this shot. It like wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Unless I cut into this earlier.
Why doesn't it make sense again? Just curious.
It's like, so see how Angel's putting the glass down there already?
Mm-hmm.
So like here, Angel, like
Putting it down in a different
I
spot.
would have to like start it from here, but that kind of like doesn't really make sense with where we last saw her here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's like here. And I mean, I think,
Oh, you can just use that shot maybe and just skip the whole putting the glass down maybe.
yeah, like
I don't know.
yeah, I think so. But then the problem becomes like, how much of this shot would you, because like it's not really a very usable shot from there.
I feel it. Yep. It's not.
So it's like, because it would be like, and also she would be sort of like getting up from the wall, but so it's like people would be like, why is she coming from like deep in the kitchen?
The wall right there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, we'll just, I mean, and this is pretty good. Like you really see, like when I thought this might be the only option, which it in the end may actually be, you know, like it's good because she stands right in front of Casey. And
Mm-hmm.
you can see her like blocking the path. So, you know, I think it's good.
How do you even know? What's wrong with you? He's a monster. A demon.
So okay, I'm gonna say goodbye to this. Bye. Then in the cut down sequence, I was like kind of scrolling through the close-ups, the coverage on Angel, and it looks very pretty. I like the shot, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like, let's see, where'd it go? Kissy face.
Go off, Angel.
Where did it go? I found it over here.
I'm about to test if you guys can hear me without my headphones real quick.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's that. Made like an Italian, like,
The lighting there, if I must say so myself.
so yeah, so this is the shot. I guess we'll just kind of find a good place to see if it works. I feel like we did this and like the idea was that it was like they were each other's POV, right?
Yeah, because we didn't have time for the coverage to do an over the shoulder thing and get both of theirs, and we wouldn't want to be stuck with trying to do an over the shoulder seeing Angel when we didn't have Casey there.
Yeah. So we shall see. It might be, this is an option.
No.
No.
It's a little more in your face, which was kind of the idea. It was like we know where she's coming from, but like it almost like she's just appearing there.
Mhm.
Sure, have to hear my voice in that shot though, huh?
Helps me. Helps me. Yeah, it's all right. Well, let's just see what it looks like.
No.
See if we go like there.
How?
I heard that. I don't know if you're still testing.
No, I've been stopped. It didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Because my like iPad it's always dying because I don't have my correct charger, so I can't have the earphones and the charger in there at the same time.
Oh, it's so annoying.
So I'm downloading Zoom right now on my phone.
Okay.
No.
No. And then I guess this is going to be dependent on whether or not the like the other.
The reverse shots of Casey are good.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm not saying it. I'm like the so yours would be here. Let's see. Cut down.
I don't care about yourself. Deep down, you're such a bitch. You even think I'm using an argument. I've never had time for smart, moralizing, petty judgments, and now I don't have the patience. This
Since you're not gonna go in, it'll kamikaze mission. Do you think you can manage to lock the door then?
Ooh, we need that.
Yeah, that's a different fight though.
Yeah. That's that. This is the part that we don't have any coverage in the wide.
Oh, okay. I actually really like that shot. Like
Yeah.
it looks like we did that on purpose, which I like.
Yeah, and I know I was like, no, why isn't this in focus? But it gets into focus over the part that we actually don't have. So that's
Mhm.
Maybe I did.
so I'm gonna actually just put this into the assembly.
Oh.
'Cause it's like we need it here. Yeah, there. So, no. Just so I don't lose it. Cool. So that's exciting. And you said this cut down is kind of in order, sort of.
Yeah, as we get farther into it, I think it's less definitively in order because I don't think I finished.
Is this? Oh, so is this? Oh. Oh, that's the later fight. Okay. Is that missing a little bit? Okay, let's see. If we got it here. Ah,
Well, let me leave on this one. Sorry if it was crazy noise just now.
yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're hunting. Hunting for just single shots of KC in that scene. Oh,
He won't be expecting it. This is our chance to make him pay for all.
it's kind of a good. Guess we don't need it. But.
You won't be expecting it, and you walk really cut.
Just sound of us talking about shooting things.
Rolling. Action.
Not if we get to him first.
Can't see it.
Is a good alternate. Well, I will label it green. Just so we know.
He thinks he's beaten us.
He has.
He won't be expecting it. This is our chance to make him pay for all.
I like that better, maybe.
Mhm.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, sweet.
This is what we're talking about.
Action.
Let me put this in the sequence too, though. The assembly, just so, again, we don't lose it, because I think I do like that better. And I saw Vivian nodding, so that makes me think you like it. Oh, what was I doing? I was doing this. Okay.
So did you just put those takes all in one row?
So, okay, I'll explain my tabs here. Since like Vivian's is a little more complicated because we have actually, I don't know why these, so this is day one sync sequence. This is like all the footage before it's actually synced. And then this is like after it's synced. So actually, I don't even need these.
Okay.
These are for another project. This is a defunct sequence that I'm not using anymore, so I like that. So we have basically like the two sequences that have all the footage synced. So this is basically all the raw footage that Vivian has actually cut most of the like talking and other stuff.
I definitely did that for day one. I don't think I got to everything in day two.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm lying. Maybe I did get to a questionable amount in both.
Yeah, it looks like day two is actually a little more complete, but I don't know in terms of like cut down. But and then day one cut down sequence is like, I mean, really, this was both days eventually, right? You like started sequencing the whole project
Yeah.
with all of the raw footage. So this was kind of like Vivian's string out for me. And then, well, for herself until it was like, oh, COVID. Now Kristen's gonna edit because you moved to Washington and I, and no one can touch each other.
Moved? Wow.
Not like move, just like temporarily resituated myself to a
Oh,
place
are you
where
like?
it's easier to work, which
Oh,
would
no.
be funny, except nobody's given me a job yet. So now it's just
Are
sad.
you with family?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I thought you were, but oh, so you're not working? I thought you did have a job.
Not yet.
Son of a.
Yeah. I mean, I applied for a bunch more today, and I have this weird like online interview thing I have to do. But it's not like an interview where you chat, it's like you record a video, which I hate.
So it's like
But
audition. Self-tape.
now I gotta go like dig out nice looking clothing so I can sit down somewhere and be like, look at me looking like a professional, not at all wearing pajamas. And record whatever for that.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have those three, and then the one that I'm actually working on and like making the sequence in is this assembly one, which is really more of a rough cut, but that's fine. That's what the sequence is called, and that's what we're sticking with. So I am kind of like bouncing back and forth between these three sequences to try and find the footage that we need. So what we did, I don't remember if you were on that, it was like the working with an editor or like organizing for an edit. Like Vivian and I kind of like went through what she had done, like where everything was, and like what we did is like basically I looked through this cut down sequence and I explained like, oh, when you're working with somebody, you kind of like, I mean, there's all different kinds of ways to do it. But for this particular project, I was like, all right, well, let's go through and like identify all the masters, the master shots of the film. And so we just like marked those in orange, mango, or for main or master shot. And then that's what we did kind of in that first session is we laid out those masters and kind of made sure since especially, I mean, since you were there, we didn't have like a line script that had like pre-planned masters. So it was kind of like we went through and just were like, okay, well, where are we not covered by master shots? Which looks like it's only really for about 1/8 or 2/8 of a page. So that's good. But that's that section like right here where I'm talking about, where I'm like, oh, I hope that we have stuff to cover this. That's like a worrisome bit to me. So I had kind of wanted to get through that before getting into class today, but like I said, I didn't get there. But we found a piece of that just now, which is nice. It's this shot, which is actually pretty. And
I love this shot. When I was shooting it, I just love that shadow.
Yeah, it's definitely cute. So.
And it's not too dark that you can't see Angel's face.
Yeah.
But it does make it look like we did some sort of
Yeah.
intentional
Right.
lighting thing.
She's business. Yeah.
Yeah. So yay, we're happy with that. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. And then so that's why like when I went back in today and like put like the coverage in, so now you just see like these orange shots or the master shots are less than they are back here, right? Because this is
yeah, that's just
it's just
Only masters.
back there. But eventually it'll look more like this too, and it's like coverage. So now we're kind of going in here because there's like a line mess up in here, so we definitely have to find something to cover. Hopefully better.
It's like a repeat too, I think.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh dang, because this version was going well, and I was like, oh, why didn't we carry it through longer? But that's okay. Because I mean, I know that we covered this closer, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nerd for masters. Okay. So
Next time we'll plan a lot better.
we're working on it. I mean, and that was one thing too. I was thinking, I mean, we haven't really run into this so far with what I've cut, but you know, if there was anything specifically like, oh, this is what I guess I wanted to say, like a director's perspective versus an editor's perspective on like on coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like where is the example? I guess it's here. You know, it's like if you really wanted certain lines to be on certain people, you know, like for this, I was just kind of going with like who I felt like the performance was like more interesting or whatever, or like
Mhm.
but you know, if you have specific like, no, it needs to be on Casey or on Angel during this time, definitely let me know.
Yeah. If I see something, I'm like, I think it'll probably be fine. But if I see something, I'm like, oh no, that we have to be able to see that person's face for that.
Yeah.
But I'm also willing to compromise if we don't have any good takes visually of their face as well as the other people's.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously that's the thing. That's kind of the editor's perspective. How many good take is it now? But
Dang, I think I messed something
but,
up.
you know, then it can turn into a reshoot or something else. A pickup.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, back to this. Oh yes, that's right. We were figuring
That's
out.
what we were doing.
Oh yeah. Now that we've kind of cleaned it, done a little housekeeping, we were figuring out if this works.
Ready?
Not that one, I think.
Does it look like these two are going to intercut? Oh wait, where's Angel's shot?
My screen went black, so there we go.
I'm still sharing, right?
Yeah.
I think I did something weird. My bad.
You did something weird? On
I
your,
think so.
uh,
But I fixed it back, but I don't know.
Yeah.
what the heck. Trying to get fancy on this here Zoom.
trying to change your background.
I just happened to notice on outside my balcony window that the sunset is like really stunning, so I had to come outside and like see it.
Oh, I mean, I'm faced the wrong way, but yeah, like the sky is kind of pink. Like this window is to the east, so
The opposite side.
the other side is a wall, so I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah. So pretty.
That is a governor-approved outside activity.
Can you guys see it?
No, it just looks gray.
Oh no.
That's,
Oh, there you go.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
Nice.
We don't hardly have any kind of sunsets up here. It's all gray all the time.
I've been missing them because of Corona. Like I was in my room and it's not in the space where you would see the sunrise or set.
Mhm.
I'm sad about it.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was kind of funny that like that was really something that like the governor called out. He's like, "I want you to see sunsets." I was like,
Okay, thanks.
"So romantic, you."
Would have never thought of that.
It's one of those, like permanence of time things. If you don't see sunrise and sunset after a while, you're like, what is time? Passing of days. I don't even know anymore.
Right?
So,
Is there still a sky?
does it look the same as it did last week?
There it is. Okay, There we go. We found it.
Oh, look at her face.
Cute.
I love it.
I don't know why, where it went, or what happened, but I bet you I copied over it. Let's just see if these intercut nicely. They look like they might. Boop.
I mean, I think it's a different scene.
Is it?
Yeah.
Action.
But maybe I'm wrong.
First.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's a different scene.
And all confused. Okay.
So the similar thing if I was in person would be like, let me see if I can find the clip, but I can't do anything.
Right? It's like,
Makes you feel like you can, right? Like,
okay, so, all right, well, we'll just go with this then. Well, didn't we find, okay, so this is, yes, this is Angel stepping in. So why don't we just put that where it needs to go? Here-ish.
No.
Okay, so like what I do with the double audio situation is usually just I hit my little C for cut, get the little cut dude going on there, and drag this till that audio's gone. But then it's still there. It like makes it easy to like slide in and out.
Yeah.
No.
So I just gotta watch the audio, and I'm gonna watch for the picture. That's probably needs some help, but
Yeah.
roughly in the right place, so I'm gonna let it go.
No. What's wrong with you?
My terrible voice.
it's so funny because like on this one it's such good lighting, and then on the other one it's like completely different.
Sadness. Yeah, it like does
It works still, like like in my brain, it works still like from a creative standpoint. I don't know.
it's tough to light a wide, especially quickly and consistently with your close-ups.
Are we gonna have to put a filter over the wide to make it more orangey?
Ooh, that would be.
Yeah, if that's well, and this is something that we'll discuss later. It's like, yeah,
Loud.
and we'll try as best as possible to match them. That is not my area of expertise, however. So,
That's fair.
What, lighting or?
color correcting and matching. Like I used to be a little bit better at it.
Are you good at like the basics, like setting like a tone for the whole entire like project perhaps? I was gonna ask about that later.
The problem is like when it's not filmed evenly, you can't.
Yeah, with the same like camera and blah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like makes it harder to just like this is the look. You have to, I mean, and that's definitely somebody's high-paying job to go through.
Yeah.
Once we've got a cut, I mean, because we don't really have a deadline for getting this anywhere anymore, do we?
I mean, we will eventually have a date, a rescheduled date, but honestly, we don't know when we're going to be going back. So, but I would imagine like it's going to be at least a month and a half at least before,
I was saying when I first learned editing, when I took a couple classes in film school, I think I still have some material about how
yeah.
to do the color correcting thing, so I could take a look at that.
Yeah, like I'm kind of, I mean, and usually in documentary stuff, it's like you're kind of trying, like the scenes are pretty consistent.
Yeah.
And so like I'm decent at like making a scene look like correcting one scene to another scene, but like shot to shot, it's like
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
harder. So like, yeah, here, I mean, if this is just a question of like making it more orange, like that's a little more, that's easier, but like what we, I mean, what, like maybe someone who's not really, you can't really fix like the contrast. See how like Angel's face right here, like this light and dark contrast is probably about like, I would say like 5 stops. You know, so basically 5 stops of light difference between this side of her face and this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the wide, there's like actually like no difference. So that's like not really something that you can fix in color
That's okay.
because it's like a lighting issue, not a color issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not sending this to the Oscars or anything.
I was just about to say, luckily it's not that level.
Like we did our best. That's what we're gonna.
Exactly. That's just to
Point.
say,
That's
like,
the
we did this very quickly. We were moving from shot to shot very quickly.
seriously.
That's just
The idea is in 20
remember-
years,
It was
when
so
somebody's
great.
like, let me find Vivian Rhodes' old projects on YouTube or something, that it's not too embarrassing to look at.
Pull this up.
or that it's even better when they're like super embarrassing and you're like, wow, they really came pretty far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I love about it. Like looking at my own progress is like my favorite thing because I only compare myself to myself. So
That's a much better attitude than what I probably have about it. Just like, wow, look at that garbage you made.
I think that too. That's just the shadow aspect of it. I have things like that I feel that way about to this day.
I think everybody has that.
Like I have a video I shot. Like I didn't shoot it, but I pretty much finished up the editing on it, and like none of the words on the song match the video of the people singing the song, and it's hilarious every time we look back at it.
You're like,
I had that whole project I shot with the microphone plugged in that I forgot to turn on. So it's just like a
no.
massive amount of footage with no sound.
I would have cried. I would have wept.
And it was for like a school project that I had to turn in, and I discovered it like very late. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, okay.
That is the saddest scenario. Like people will say like, oh, bad audio is worse than no audio. That's not true. No audio.
Right? What are you supposed to do with no audio? Like straight up VO? Like that'd be super awkward.
You just start in between every shot. You just have that like black thing with the white words. Like we just turned it into a silent film.
Yeah, that would have been a great
Purpose.
creative like twist.
It's 1908.
Creative twist. I totally meant to do that.
Yeah.
No. No. What's
I am contemplating being like,
wrong with you?
what's wrong with you? So what's wrong? Like leaving.
No.
What do you mean, no?
What do you mean no? I'm just going to. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
And somewhere we have
Yeah. Like,
Casey's coverage of that. Should be in the day one stuff, but
should we look at the sequence or should we look at just the raw?
probably there are.
Oh,
That's
this is it.
that's some of it, yeah.
I was like, I thought we found it. Oh, okay. I see where I messed up. I saw this. I got distracted. I was like, this is cool. Let's put that in. Caught up.
Action! No. What do you mean, no? He's a monster.
Oh.
A demon. Messed it up.
So all the sequence stuff is like when I'd cut in between as much as possible to try to get.
Okay, let's see if we can find that in the sequence then. Let us see. Oh, you know what will help us? What is the clip number? number is 1871. And you can kind of see what the deal is.
That's the assembly. I think you're in the wrong sequence.
There you go. Thank you. That would have taken me a while to figure out. 1871. Boom.
What do you mean no?
Those are two different copies of the same clip because I cut between the two. So the one before it's also the same.
Oh, it's,
No. What do you mean no?
but it's two different takes in the same clip, or?
Well, yeah, because you saw the bit in the middle of the clip where Casey forgot the line and messed it up. So I would just, whenever people did that, I would always copy the clip and then cut the first thing as much as I could to before the thing and then cut around it and show you the second. That's what I did with a lot of things. So I'll have copies like the same take because we just kept shooting when somebody messed up. I just like sliced that one out.
I think this will work.
What do you mean no? What's wrong
I would actually keep that then.
with you? He's a monster, a demon. You were there after what he did.
Like in the middle of the film, let's just get really arty and weird for a second. We'll never go here again. Just this one conversation.
Yeah, but it's like, it's a choice. I mean, it was kind of logistics.
Feels nice.
It's like, it was also a little bit motivated, right, by the idea that like, oh yeah, this is the first time they're confronting each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, and that like makes it a little less avant-garde, I guess.
Yeah, like it feels motivated to me. Although, like I will say, and this may be like, because like it escalates from here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like it might not be, especially since like the fight. Like visually, it's not going to be as tense or intense. It's like, oh, you're kind of like prematurely visually ratcheting up the like intensity.
I mean, is any music being added? Because we can like rev it up a bit.
That's a good idea. We will add music.
Yes.
So that is an excellent point. All right, so I'm kind of like comparing like the performance. I'm kind of comparing
What do you mean no?
the
He's
focus.
a monster, a demon.
Well, oh yeah, I'm gonna mark this a bad take. For focus.
Okay. We have a color for that.
Bad take. Which I'm like mad. Why don't they have red? Like, what is wrong with having red?
Rose.
So mad. Rose.
You want to be that
Like dusty.
editing a paper, just being like, no.
No, hate you. And they don't have black. What's wrong? Like,
They're
so
trying
mad.
to be all fancy about it.
Yeah, they don't have red and they don't have black. I don't understand. Hate you guys. All right, back to this.
No? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon. Now we're gonna kill him. You were there. You saw what he did.
The look of disgust. That was good.
What's wrong with you?
Like the
He's a
Like he had a flashback. Like, oh, the podcast.
like you don't see that shape on someone's mouth very often. Like
No.
a downward like rectangle. Like what is that?
Straight up disgust.
after what
So
he did.
good.
Quality.
Quality.
Yeah, well, it's vulnerable.
It's too risky. We're gonna stop him. We need a plan. We can't rush into this. Not again.
Fine, stay here. I don't need you. I'll handle this myself.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
spicy.
So
What do you mean?
I actually haven't looked at any of these clips since we shot them. I really like this one.
Yeah.
distance helps, right? You're like, oh, it was having a little time away.
A demon. You were there.
I like, so wait, what's the part? I do like that expression, the like
Now
rectangle mouth.
Me
It's the,
too.
it's the you were there thing. There we go.
that right there. And like,
And now we're gonna kill him. You were there. You saw what he did.
yeah. Okay, you were there. You saw what he did. So I want to use this. Not this.
A demon.
A demon.
Now we're gonna kill him.
I feel like there's a moment where they're like, wait, what was I supposed to say next?
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. Listen, it's way more subtle, and sometimes they would just look straight at the camera or like up or down
For
or
sure.
right at you, and you're like, well, I can't do anything with that. That's
Or laugh.
clearly you don't know what you're supposed to say next.
And maybe it won't even read, like, as long as you leave this.
What's the line that's like, what's the line before and after? Because sometimes like it works as just a pause as opposed to
You need to know. What's wrong with you?
I like this part of that. Like, I like this version, this take of that line though better.
Mhm.
It may not work out for us, but
The monster. A demon.
like that to me is like this like delivery of the demon is like
And now
Don't believe him.
we're gonna kill him.
so.
And now we're gonna kill him. You were there.
Okay. So I'm gonna call this. What was I doing? Green for good.
What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster. A demon.
Like that demon is way better.
Yeah, that was good.
You were there after what he did. You have to go now while it's vulnerable.
Because what is this?
And now we're gonna kill him. You were there. Saw what he did.
Yeah, like, and that's way better than this.
Mhm.
He's a monster. A demon. You were there.
Tough. It's gonna be tough to get these two together though.
Oh, I
Well, you
see.
cut for a second back to the wide or to Angel or something, and then you can shove it in there and be like, totally the same.
Totally the same thing. That's a great idea, though.
Demon.
Good stuff.
It might be tight. There might not like be enough breathing room, but we'll see.
You were there.
It's good to just like see where to cut, like the possibilities.
Green. I actually kind of personally think like editing this way rather than like everybody huddled around the computer is like kind of good.
Yeah, it is.
I might do this like but in the future if we're all together, be like, okay,
Corona.
hop on the Zoom and I'll share my screen.
Yeah, post Corona.
Yeah.
You were there after what he did. You have to go now while it's vulnerable.
Then I should come back.
After what he did.
Rectangle mouth. Yes, that's me.
I forgot I was going to drive to Dan's and pick up some furniture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
Hey,
Hi, how's it going?
Ryan.
pretty good.
So I'll be back in like 30 minutes.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Bye.
Ryan has to go pick up furniture, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, what are you getting?
Oh, he was getting rid of a chair that's kind of like that one. It's pretty nice. And this wild lamp.
Oh.
Did you ever see his weird lamp?
Uh-uh.
You gotta see this thing.
Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
It's a chair. And this is the lamp.
Oh, cool. Like a
Oh, I love weird lamps. That's cool.
desk, like a bunch of bones. Like, Just looks like, oh, we killed all our enemies and made them into a lamp.
I would love that.
Uh-huh.
Like not
That's the vibes it gives me. But
Yeah, we can, I don't know.
the work that I do. It would be
it's great.
This face is awesome, Casey.
To go now. It's vulnerable.
Mhm.
Listen,
To the
we're gonna
Elvis.
soften. We need a plan. We can't rush into this. Not again.
Fine.
Casey, doing it.
Acting.
Just acting.
Now. It's vulnerable.
Acting their butt off.
Mhm. Look at that anger and disgust. Perfect.
So hungry. Just so hungry.
Dude, I'm ready to film again. You know, I want to act my butt cheeks off too.
All right, so.
Amazing.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? Okay, shift. Okay. So I will put all of these. So what I did there was obviously separated all the clips that I wanted, shift selected, and then just Apple C to copy. And then assembly, I will make room here. And now those little pieces of what I wanted are over there. Now we can kind of start intercutting finally.
No. How do you know? What's wrong with you?
Because we hate this wide now.
We have better shots.
How do you know? What's wrong with you? He's a monster.
This wide.
Yeah. Worst. I hate it.
No.
This is the master take that Kristen does not like.
Oh gosh.
Which, like, you want,
At
like,
least there's others.
want to hate your master shot, or at least that's how I felt. But also, like, it's a love hate because you're like, you want them for security, but they're so boring.
You need to remind people, if you go back to when you're like reminding people where people are in a space
Yes.
or how close they are to each other. And they're like, remember? And then you go back.
Or it's like somebody moves out of frame in the close. It's like,
Mhm.
wait, where are they? Then
This is where they're going.
they're over here. They're in the little nook drinking whiskey,
No. What's wrong?
or whatever.
In other different shows, you're like, look at the pretty costumes we made for everybody. You should look at them a little bit more. We can't see them in the close up.
Yeah, yeah. Look at these cool capes. Look at all this embroidery we spent.
No. How do you know?
What am I doing? Just.
No. We're gonna.
Oh no. Oh,
What do you mean no?
that's what we want.
No. How do you know? No. What's wrong with you? He's a monster. A demon. And now we're gonna kill him.
Okay.
What do you mean no?
This is an intense choice. I mean, it's a little bit not a choice, but it's okay.
What do you mean?
So we might just have to like straight up reshoot that fight scene, huh?
We'll see.
Somehow.
I feel like last time I watched it, I had hope.
Okay. You looked at it again and it didn't look as bad as you remembered it looking.
Were you underwhelmed?
I mean, I think the first time we looked at it, we were really close to it, and like, just like it was like, oh,
It's a bit slow, and you can see that when it's slow, you can see the fact that they're both smiling, which doesn't quite,
Yeah.
catch the appropriate
I
tone.
remember they kept doing that. We were like, guys, like, fight real, and they just kept laughing.
That's how
You don't like each other and it's erupted into violence. This isn't like a funny moment.
well, yes, we may have to reshoot because yeah, it goes back and forth. Like sometimes I'll watch it and I'll be like, no, it's possible, and then I watch it and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
We'll see. We have to cut it together.
Mhm.
We can like punch in on some stuff and cheat some stuff, and
Even if we just like keep that as a master and just cut, like shoot a bunch of pickups that are just like, yeah, exactly, to make it look more intense and cut away
Lots
from it
of
where it might be.
scuffling.
Mhm.
that's what we needed. Like a close up, like the punch, right? We needed a punch like this big,
Yeah.
but we definitely did not shoot that, from what I remember.
We did not.
Okay, I was like,
I think we did have a take where we saw the punch from the other side, maybe,
I feel like no.
but it wasn't like super close. It was still like a medium at best.
Yeah, I think we literally only got like one shot of like that, like contact part. Because when did we throw the bag down? Was that when Casey was on the floor or something?
No, that's before that. It's right before the fight, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
They throw the bag down, and then Angel goes to lock the door, and then they've kind of switched positions.
that's something
And
that
then
I'm actually a little concerned about continuity wise. That's why I was like, oh shit, like I wish we had this in a wide, because it's or like consistently in a wide, because it's not really consistent.
Yeah.
mhm.
I don't know
I think that's when we were getting down to the time crunch for that.
for sure.
Yeah. I had to go to work.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Actually, let's get Angels because I don't have this lined up. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Remember when like Kobe Bryant passing away with his daughter was like the craziest thing that happened in LA? I was like,
2020 is so long.
That was just the beginning. That was only the beginning.
yeah,
The memories.
That's the kind of thing I forget that happened this year.
totally. I know. I was like driving and I saw a memorial. What do you call it? Girl. And then I was like, oh shit, that was like 2 months ago. Like, so crazy.
I went to that convention this year. That
Oh,
happened in
yeah.
January.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I can't believe that was this year. That's
But
insane.
it's crazy because it felt like it was just New Year's and it's freaking May. Like, what?
But everything that happened this year feels like
Yeah,
it
'cause
happened
we
like
got
at
into
least 6
Corona.
months ago.
Yeah, because we got into Corona in February, like end of February.
Corona's gonna be going until the election, and that's gonna be madness.
I remember that in February, I was feeling kind of crappy on the bus on the way to work. And I had the nurse, when I got there, take my temperature. And I was on the phone before I got there, and I mentioned that I was like, I'm going to ask because I know that people are a little bit low-key freaked out about coronavirus, and I don't want, like, if I do have a temperature, why risk it? But, like, it was so low-key then.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, I was sick for months. Like, I was sick.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, I want to get tested for the antibodies, but I feel like, especially since you got tested, or like so many people around me have gotten tested and they're all negative, I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't have it, but I was.
Yeah, but I think there's like a not small chance of getting a false negative on the tests, which is just something that's nice to know.
Yeah, isn't it like that's like a 30% chance?
Yeah, like at least 30% chance that you'll get a negative, but you do have it.
That's not actually an insignificant.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that doesn't feel very small.
Work on getting more accurate testing.
Should work on that.
Jesus
Well, and it's
Christ.
also wild because there's all these different tests, like so you don't actually know which version of the test you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It's just a shit show, honestly.
It's such a fun year. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thrilling.
It's-
Compelling.
I remember the video being like, it might not suck. 2020 could be like an okay year. Let's
I thought
not.
it would be amazing. I knew it was gonna be hectic, but I thought it was gonna be a lot more fun.
yeah,
You know?
remember when everyone was hopeful?
Everyone was optimistic and could
I
see
mean, I
it.
feel
But
like most of my friends, I'm like, remember when you were hopeful back in like 2015?
Right. Yeah. Remember when you had hope for change?
oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
What's wrong with you? All kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's a demon.
No? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you?
Ah.
You need it.
I hate it.
You have to
Okay.
No.
We have a lot of good, this will be fun. We have like a lot of good reactions. So here, to save your torture. No, I'm not.
You just mute it. You don't have to delete it, but you could like.
Oh, wait.
That's what I did. I just put that sound on a different line, and then I was like, can't hear it.
Too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush again. Not again.
I don't know, Angel. I'm not into that one. Can we do that again?
And it wasn't believable.
Oh, this is closer.
Nice. Centered.
Yeah, do we like this one as an opener better? Maybe.
If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan.
Straight to
Immediately forgot the rest of her line. That's clearly what happened there. She's
yeah.
gonna follow up with like, fuck.
No.
Or laugh.
Two voice. There we go. Focus, focus. Focus.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush this. Not again.
Try that again.
That was a different one, right? Because that one was like better.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush this again. Not again.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that
We're here.
was cool.
Okay, maybe we'll even switch this out.
No.
'Cause that's like, no.
Look
Yeah.
at all those takes we got.
Yeah, that was, I know, right? When we didn't have like a rush. Like we had 4 takes.
So fun to go from
We-
scenes where you're like, we had one take of this, we have to use it, versus
So many-
Oh, the takes were,
No.
I feel like pleasantly surprised in that first day where we were, only had like one to go off of. I'm like, oh, okay, they were good.
most of the time we were like, there's a reason we stopped after one. It worked.
Yeah. Yep. You're like, that's fine.
No.
I like the walk.
That's better, right? Okay. So we're using you.
Just love that blood splatter.
Yeah, we did okay with that, huh? Like dripping
Yeah.
down the side of our eye.
Yeah, and to think, I just like, I don't know, like,
A little
we figured
paintbrush
out
or
how to-
something. We just sort of.
yeah, we just made it chunkier, crusted it up. I think I just like started dumping the Kool-Aid on the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid? That looks good.
It's Kool-Aid mixed with
The blood you made.
yeah. We had like a little fake blood
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
then-
Purple one.
Yeah, the fake, we use that as like the sticky stuff, and then I like crusted on the dry stuff, and it just made the perfect color.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting too long.
It's like Casey's hands. I think we got a picture of them. They looked really good.
Up close. Oh yeah, that's still.
Yeah.
I'll do the full clear, but I feel like for this, it's working a little bit better to like start it like 2 frames in, which is
Yeah.
this could even, I mean, we see this is where I started getting like messing with it. I think this is probably the side that needs to come out a little more.
I fully just got what you said to capacity. Like when you're like editing and to do it like this on Zoom and screen share, that is super helpful.
Right? I think it
Super helpful.
yeah. Because it's like you can actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I can be like, oh, like, yeah, move that, or like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, I think this is better. I'm like I said, I really do think I'll continue to do it this way, even if we're.
Yeah.
It's better because yeah, like otherwise, you know, you're kind of like not looking at the screen. You know, you're looking around, not really like because you can't really see what I'm doing. You know, so
Mm.
there's like more than 2 people.
Unless you have a big editing suite where you can be like, look at all the giant TV screens we have.
That would be amazing.
Let's get that.
Like even more so, like when you're working on one person with their specific project and you guys are like on together, like that's super nice
Mhm.
from Zoom.
Okay. All right. Well, it's getting a little bit better because she's settling there. I don't know. This is a for later thing. Stop doing that.
No.
What do you mean no? What's wrong with you?
Okay. I'm like okay. I really want to like tweak this more, but I need to leave it because I think for here I would probably like
No.
What do you mean no?
I might like want to linger like see a transition in KC more.
Yeah.
It may not exist. It may whatever. I'm just gonna
Save that for later.
resist the urge to tweak that.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna help me. Okay, so what do you mean no? And then we like where is it?
Oh yeah, because this is right after Casey packs the bag.
Too risky. Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was the last one that we liked that.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush this again.
So we get rid of all of these. Well, we'll label these back here. These three. Sorry guys, you're downgraded. You are a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of those. Cut, 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 cut.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush this again. Not again.
I would like that to linger a bit longer. Let's see if we can. Yep. Cool. Move this all this way. That works.
No.
What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? Demon.
It's too risky.
Oh, we wanted to put in that square mouth thing.
And now we're gonna kill him. You were there. You saw what he did.
Because yeah, we were. Okay.
What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster. A demon.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop
We're
him,
gonna
we
kill him. Okay, so yeah, we could do
You're gonna kill him.
reaction.
You were there. You saw what he did.
Okay, so I'll put that there. Now I wish I had cut down.
When you move when you move little like segments like that, do you copy and paste or do you highlight and drag?
I copy and paste.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, which honestly is probably not the way like professional editors do it, but that is how I do it.
No. What's wrong with
I'm not that picky about strategy personally.
you? No. What do you mean?
Yeah, I feel like everybody kind of has their own way.
No. What's wrong?
Yeah. I mean, I like the way you do it. Like you have ways to save time and cut down on time. And like, you know, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you think about it, like, how you gonna tell an editor not to do something like that?
There's definitely like some, I mean, when people are better at the technical bit of editing than me, I'm like, oh, no, that's smart. Do that. But like a lot of the time too, it's like you have to set up things in a whole different way. And it's very like,
And it's like about the security of the footage at the end of the day, right?
I mean, it's just about like workflow and like I think when you're an editor and editing is all you do, like you have your way that you like to do it. And like, I mean, I think of all the personality types, like in the production workflow, editors are amongst the most neurotic. And just they work alone comparatively so than like other people, so they like to have things their way.
Yeah.
They're very picky
And I
about
guess that's why I said that. Because I'm like, I mean, if they're working the magic, like you can't really tell somebody how to do their spell work, right?
exactly. You just like, okay, you're doing it, aren't you? Good job.
Getting it done.
All right. So yeah, like I guess when you say like move though, highlight and move, or you said like, am I copy and pasting or what am the other one?
Like, I know that you highlight it, right? Like say for instance, you wanted to highlight all that there, like that you started highlighting and move it somewhere else to your space. Like I know you usually copy and paste a lot, but I was just curious because when I've been cutting down my stuff, I've been also trying to like organize things in like a rough order, but like didn't really know how to do it without messing something up without you there. So I just like kind of left it as is for now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so there's my little method is like that I love actually to have all these like strings with all the footage that I can always go back to, especially since I don't know how to match back in Premiere. Like if I knew how to match back, I'm not even sure if you can do that. In the other program that I use, Avid, there's this thing where you can like click on a clip and then do a thing called matchback, which takes you back to the source footage. But I don't know how to do that in Premiere. So like, I just like to kind of have everything in a big long sequence, like and since I was there during filming, like I roughly know what's here and when it would be. I definitely don't totally remember like when, especially since like this film is like, oh, like then Angel's like over here facing one way and then Angel's over here facing a different way. Like, so it's not totally like I don't totally remember, but as I get more familiar with the footage, I'll remember better. You know, it's all just about like having a process that you know where everything is and you can find it. So, I mean, I think normally, and especially with like a larger project, you would have bins with all your source footage, and then you would like load up your clip like here, and then do like more of an assembly edit where you would like put in its ins and outs and like, you know, like, so I'd be like in, out, and then like go to my assembly and then like you know, do this, like, you know, I'll make it longer so you can see. Like, that's more of like the proper way to edit.
I
Right.
can tell because it was a lot more complicated than anything. Like, it's not super complicated, but it's a little bit more intricate than things that we've been kind of doing on a basic level.
Yeah, I think especially with like shorter projects, like I like to just kind of have everything on the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I can like here, you know, like I'm kind of dissecting this little piece of footage, right? And so like I only want these two.
Oh,
Like I'm looking now for a reaction that we can use to like kind of band-aid this cut that we made, right? Like, because we're trying to like piece together 2 different takes of Casey's reaction here, right?
Mhm.
So we need like a little,
And now we're gonna kill him.
so we need a little reaction to of like Angel to a demon.
I see.
Now,
And that applies to this mostly because it's like a dialogue, and I guess
oh, frozen.
there isn't like scripted dialogue or anything.
Well, there it's scripted. So, but like, it's just like more like, oh, all this stuff is laid out, and I'm getting more familiar of like, since it's not like a massive amount of footage, it's not like 4 hours of footage for me to like process or whatever, like, and keep in my mind. Like, I just kind of like to have it all here. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, that makes sense because like you said, you're digesting it. It's in like little groups. That's easier to digest. It's spaced out. I'm just asking because I'm trying to get my stuff like, obviously I have to cut down, but after that whole process, I want to make it like as neat and together as possible.
And then if
Kinda
you're
like-
afraid of, and this is the thing too, is like if you're afraid of losing stuff, that's why it's great to have these sequences, because you'll never like actually, I mean, you'll never actually lose footage. It'll always be in your phone.
Right.
Like, unless for some reason your drive breaks. I mean, and then that's the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it really is.
That's where I wanted your, I guess that's where I was like, okay, I'm going to definitely need your support even with stuff because I want to make sure it's just set up properly. And I know that you uploaded it, so you kind of did a bulk of that. But yeah.
There's a copy of all your footage. I mean, not the stuff that you did while you were in quarantine, but you do have backups of that too, because I think, oh no, you don't. Well, you have 2 folders on the same machine.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we should, I mean, I probably should relatively soon come in and at least back up your footage so that just in case something does happen.
Yeah, we'll get there. I don't want to take up the time with that, but like, yeah, no, we'll get there. Because we're still super early stages of editing anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, reaction shot here. So I'm gonna see.
No. What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. You have to go now.
Let's see.
Now.
I would like something like a demon, and then there's just sort of a like a
The face.
like a little like a reaction.
It could sound like an eye roll or
Yeah,
Why?
an eye roll.
He's a
Great,
monster.
I don't know.
something. Oh, that head shake's all right, but
Yeah, that is good.
it's a little soft focus. We'll see.
No. What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon.
Oh, there you
No,
go.
but it's
How about that? Is that good? Let's check the other one.
No. What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. We have
Oh,
to.
is that good?
I like, yeah, goes
Yeah.
in a little bit of like mutual contempt, I think.
Yeah, like the little jaw thing.
Hmm.
Yep.
Like she's waiting till you're done, but
Yeah.
thinks you're an idiot.
That's
Yeah. I meant like the angel faces. Like that's why I said eye roll because that's one that she does often.
You were there after what he did.
Yep, that's the one. Beep, beep.
Now I'm gonna kill him. You were
You saying hello?
a monster, a demon.
I mean, even that is good. We have choices here.
Hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Cut the sound and then.
He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. We have to go now.
This is the string of reactions for sure.
Because she knew that this is like audio purposes only.
Yeah, and then that's totally fine because we have other audio. Oh, so I guess you are spared from being. Oh wait, I was wrong about you. Just paint you with the red brush. You're not.
Useless.
You're beautiful and valuable.
We have a place for you.
Yeah, there's a place for everyone,
The monster, a
but mostly
demon,
just you.
and now we're gonna kill him.
Okay. Do you, Vivian, which end of that do you think you like more, the beginning or the end?
Of this clip. Can I see it again? Well, they both are good though.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick, because I think we will have to pick, like,
Mhm.
there's something like this, like,
Head down.
Yeah, that little head tilt thing.
yeah, I think it's either that or this.
I like the first one better. The second one is just hard to place the emotion. But it's just me.
Mm-hmm. No.
Monster,
I would personally lean to the first one too.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
what's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon.
Oh, come on, computer. You like that?
No.
What do you mean, no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there,
Hmm.
and now we're gonna kill him. You,
So I think we should come back here. Maybe we can get both.
you mean, no? What's wrong with you?
Like maybe we could come in here.
He's a monster, a demon.
I like what's.
No.
What do you mean, no?
This is a reaction to what's wrong with you.
What's wrong with you? He's a
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has something to say about that.
Okay.
monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, but like she literally bit her tongue. Like I'm gonna shut up.
Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, right. Because you've done so great so far.
Okay, and then we come back. It's a-
Monster, a demon, and now
okay.
now,
It's hard.
now we're gonna kill him.
I feel like we gotta come back by there.
We're gonna kill him. You were there.
Okay, let's see.
No.
What do you mean, no? What's wrong with you?
All right. Okay, I'm not gonna get too busy with this at this moment. I think I'm gonna slide it over a little bit and tweak with it, but
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go soon, but I have a question before that.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready for a question.
Guys.
Oh no, you're frozen.
Oh, okay. I think it's working again.
But yeah, you're unfrozen.
That was weird. Okay, so you know how you said you were gonna tell me what like more information about what kind of clip you want me to get for my thing. You just want me to
Oh, are you talking about for Casey's one?
Oh, maybe I'm confused.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yes, we just dove into this and like Casey was not on the call, so I didn't even think about it really. If you want to take a look at that clip that's in the email for Monday's class has,
Oh, yeah.
did you take a look at that one?
No, not yet. I pulled it up today when I was looking over the emails, but I didn't open it just yet. I was confused completely because I thought you were telling me that you wanted me to prepare a clip to go over for class, like for an example.
No, sorry.
I read it wrong. It was my fault.
Okay, yeah, no worries. And I actually think you listened to the audio, I think, of Casey's piece. It was just like, I think I played for you, it was an audio sequence of just Casey talking about like their experience like coming out of homelessness, and then kind of, it was like that, and also talking about the first time that they swam in the ocean.
Oh, wow.
So it like we are using, it's been sort of an ongoing collaborative piece. I definitely want to finish it up before we do the next, screening showcase. And we're close, but since it is kind of a collaborative piece, basically like if you watch the link, and I actually do think there's probably stuff that you've already shot that we could put in. But
I get what you're saying now. Okay, I get it.
yeah. So it's like if you see anything in there, and I mean, I think you have the right kind of mind. It's like a little experimental. It doesn't have to be like super like literal. So just like listen to it, take a look at what's already there. There's some images that are there that I think are too long and taking up too much space. I think eventually it'll like be intercut a little bit more, and there can also be like found footage and other things like put in. It doesn't have to be like all us. We can like source YouTube kind of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, just take a look at the link, and then we can kind of,
talk about it further.
Yeah, because I think you were part of that group that did like the brainstorming for possible images for it, and then we actually started filming a couple of them, and I put together like a little edit. There's still a lot of like spaces and holes, but I think after we kind of get Vivian's piece in a place that's finished, hopefully like as close to finished as possible, I'm gonna move on to finish kind of moving Casey's piece along, and Casey's like working on collecting images for that too. So
yeah, I don't think mine's is gonna be ready, sadly, but maybe I'll get like a piece of it to show or something.
No, well, I mean, yeah, like if you're
like that's my goal, but I mean, that's my goal. I guess it just depends on the date.
Yeah, it'll depend. I mean, I feel like, as long as it's not like outrageously, like it's gonna take me another year to finish.
Oh no, yeah, no. My goal, my personal goal was to finish it by the end of May. Like, give myself the rest of May to have like a rough cut. But
yeah, I don't think there's no way that we're gonna be screening at HBO anytime in May.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. So that's good. So
honestly, I feel like right now I would predict that maybe it'll be in June or August.
Okay, well that's completely enough time then. Because since I don't live at Covenant House anymore, and I'll be coming up there to edit, I'll be literally like spending like so many hours at the desk. So, because at first I was only coming after lunch and staying until close, but I'll come a lot sooner.
Okay, that sounds great.
Some days.
And then, I feel like there's like a batch that I had originally thought would be finished for the screening. And I feel like, as long as it's not totally unreasonable, like all those initial projects that I was like, okay, these are the ones that are going to go in. Like I would kind of like talk to Moana, and that's when we would schedule it for like.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, this is a disruption that was like out of everyone's control. So
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, thank you. That was all the information I needed. I got some other stuff to work on while I still got some creative juice in my body.
all right.
So I will see you guys next Monday.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you later.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So, on with this.
No.
What do you mean, no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon, and now we're gonna kill him. You were there. You saw what he did.
Okay. Don't fall back in the hole of trying to get that perfect. Okay, we're getting rid of that. And then, what is this?
Too risky. If we're gonna stop him,
Okay. And there was this.
We have to go now, or it's vulnerable. We have to go now, or it's vulnerable.
Ah, no, too short.
You were there. You saw what he did.
To refer to the script. Oh, okay. This, dang. I need another little Band-Aid.
We have to go now, or it's vulnerable. I messed it up.
Just like you said.
Yeah. It's usually why I cut things the way I did.
Yeah.
We'll try to give as much space as possible, but sometimes be the middle of a line and there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
To go now.
Just
To
do
go
like that.
now, or it's vulnerable.
Well, he's vulnerable. Okay, so that's good. And then we have this.
it's too risky. If we're gonna
Start with eyes open.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush this again. Not again.
Then. Ready? No.
So now we did have the other, wherever it is.
Fine.
There
Stay.
you go.
I don't need you. I'll handle this myself.
And we had a couple different takes. I think we had at least a
Yeah.
medium.
Fine.
This
Stay
one
here.
was
I don't need you.
the best
I'll handle this
close-up.
myself.
Yeah, but I mean, like we had a medium of Casey brushing by
Yeah, so we can cut
Angel.
that as they move. So I'm gonna leave this without a reaction for now. No, I should do it now because otherwise I might forget right. Is this a reaction to that? Oh, this is the brush past, right?
Yeah. That's the turnaround after the brush past.
Okay.
So we did have a brush past somewhere.
Uh,
That was the idea that like she didn't turn around right away. She
Yeah.
gave it like a second and then like turned around intentionally.
yeah,
So
like
somewhere we have the answer to this.
Need a plan.
Fine, stay here. I don't need you. I never have. I'll go for them.
probably should have had her turn in this shot too. But
If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan.
que sera.
Hmm.
It's too risky. If we're gonna stop him, we need a plan. We can't rush again.
I feel like
No? What do you mean no? What's
I
wrong
feel
with
like we did though.
you? A demon. And now we're gonna kill him. You were there.
I'm also just looking for this, like we need a little reaction here.
Hmm. I feel like we
To go now. What is you saw what he did. We have to go now.
It'd be nice if we had something kind of soft.
No? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon. And now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. We have to go now. He's vulnerable.
Kind of like that.
No? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? He's a monster, a demon. And now we're gonna kill him. You were there after what he did. You have to go now. He's vulnerable.
I guess that's good. All right. I'll put this here for now.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute. It's almost 9.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. But yeah, what is the major stuff we gotta do now? Fight scene. I'm just gonna go like I'm not gonna avoid it. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Okay.
And because I think this, like, once Casey's on the floor, it's gonna be pretty easy.
Hmm.
That's gonna like be like no time at all. So
Yeah, and that's pretty close to the end anyway.
yeah, so yeah, I am not gonna avoid the fight scene. I will
Okay.
do that, and then so we'll do this again on Wednesday. We'll do the the what's it called on Monday, the script stuff.
Hmm. Okay.
Cool. Good.
See ya. Thanks,
ya.
Kristen.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck on your interview stuff.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.